Here are some of my hot takes on Dead by Daylight as someone who has played for almost 6 years. Now believe me, this game is still widely played today, streamed, made content on. It is so popular today. At the end of the day, I still love the game in my heart. It's one of the first video games I really ever played. But there are some things that I think need talked about or need changed. And here they are. First, over the past couple of years, Dead by Daylight has assembled quite the toxic community. The game itself is two-sided, killer and survivor. Within both sides of this game, the three main things that are used to win or lose are skill, mechanics, and playstyle. And all three of these topics and ideals have been weaponized massively today. This is used so either the survivor can look better over the killer, or the killer can look better over the survivors. It is so highly talked about how killers are too quick and too easy to deliberately take out survivors from the game with no mercy or grief in their playstyle, or for survivors to deliberately pause or prevent the killer from taking them out of the game in a rage bait or mean-like manner. Which brings me into my next topic, the imbalance of the game. The past couple of years, quality of life changes have rolled out faster than many of us can even remember what has changed. Unfortunately, though, the main mechanics revolve around disconnecting, the rage, and the tunneling. And while Dead by Daylight has done some things to close the doors of tunneling, disconnecting, and rage, it hasn't fully been stopped. And that's the problem. Killers are just finding new ways to take survivors out and win the game, and survivors are finding new ways to prevent the killer from doing anything to them and halting the game from any success or loss. And while behavior themselves may think that the game has changed in the toxicity level and the imbalance, there are many players today who can tell you different. Next, the premise of Dead by Daylight has not changed over the past 10 years. The premise of the game is for survivors to complete generators and escape the killer, power the exit gates, leave. The premise for the killer is to eliminate all the survivors, prevent them from leaving, and win. And while this playstyle has been fun, creative, and of course, rather a throwback or a comfort for those who play the game, it's become rather monotonous. The only changes in the game that we have seen that may differentiate on playstyle or anything else is the DLCs. These expansion packs of other survivors or killers are the only way that Dead by Daylight in the current moment is earning different ways of playing. But the game itself hasn't changed, and that is what makes the game feel like it's been stuck in time for the past couple of years. Which brings me to my final point. The game itself feels heavily outdated. Yes, I know. Dead by Daylight is making the changes on graphics, mechanics, and more to make the game more modern and less outdated. But at the same time, these changes feel rather visual than physical, and that's what makes the game lively. That's what makes the game fun. We, as a player base, want more mechanical changes within the game and how the style of it is constructed over the faces of the characters, even though they do add to the modern aspect of the game. And we have seen some modern twists, such as all the new DLCs, all of the new content, all of the new game modes like 2v8, Chaos Shuffle, Lights Out. We have seen so many things to try and put that modern twist and take the monotonous aspect out of the game itself. Although, from many players' perspective, it hasn't really worked. At the end of the day, the game modes don't last forever. The DLCs get old after a week, and many other things that are done are just rather forgotten. At the end of the day, the base of Dead by Daylight hasn't changed, and that's what makes the game feel so stuck in the center of time and to where it has not moved. And all of these things are not said in malice of Dead by Daylight or in malice of Behavior's work. There are so many good things that they are doing. There are so many good things they do for other players, for people, for content. There are so many things that they do that change the gaming world today. But these are just the little things that I think that could change the game, bring more people in, bring current people back, and just change the game to what we've always wanted it to be. So Behavior, you probably won't hear this. I hope you do. But we want just a little bit more from you. Just a little bit more to make your game what it used to be. That's all for me, besties.